Now we will start to create relationship among the activities. In the previous step, we have seen that all the activities are independent, which means that they all begin at the same time. But in reality, this is not the case. So we'll go with the project builder and then we'll search for our project. So if I click on that and I can search for my project, the latest project is 2001. Okay, this is my project. Double click on that. And then I will be making a relationship like that. So activity 10 is a starting point. Okay, that is a general concept. And it has a successor of 20. Successor is 30 for the 10, as well as 45 and 40. Okay. So, and similarly, we will create this network of all activities. Now, if you can see here, first we will try to create uh, the activities. We'll create a relationship between the activity number 10, 20, and 50, and then we'll follow on the same procedure for all other activities. So first of all, let's click on the activity number 10. This is activity number 10. If I just move on the right side, you can see that this is activity number 10. And now what I'll do is I'll click on the relationship. So if I click on the relationship, now I can say that this activity has activity number 20 is the successor of activity number 10. And similarly, now I can click on activity number 20 and I can press enter, by the way, to confirm the activities. And I press enter. Now you can see that this 40 is 10. So basically 10 is linked with 20 and 20 is the successor of activity number 10. So let's go to the 20. This is my 20. And this 20 has a successor 50. So I can type in 50 here and I can say, hey, this 50 is the successor. And if I press enter, now you can see that activity number 20, I'm on the 20 activity. It has a predecessor, which is, you see, this is not linked, not clicked. And then that is predecessor is 10 and the successor is 50. So that is how we are going to create all the relationship of all activities. So let's go. Now we'll go back to the 10 and we'll say, okay, we do have a 20 as a successor. We do have a 30 also as a successor. Okay. And we also had 45 as a successor as well. And we can also have 40 as a successor. 40 as a successor. So we have like 4 activities as a successor of activity number 10. And by the way, since 10 is a predecessor of 20 and 20 is a predecessor of 50, so 10 will never be allowed to go directly to the 50. So we cannot jump from here to there. So if I just press enter now, you can see we'll get the idea. So all the activity number 10 has a successor 20, 30, 40, 50, 45. Okay, now I can go to 45. Where is the 45? Let's see the 20, by the way. 20 has a predecessor 10 and successor 50. Great, we are done with that. Now go back to the 30. 30 has a predecessor 10 and has a successor 60. And that's it. So I can click on that and I press enter. So I'm done with the 30 as well. Let's go to the 40. 40 has a predecessor 10 and has a successor 70. And 70. And I press enter. And this is my successor, by the way. So we are done with the, now we can go to the 50. Where is the 50? This is the 50. And you see that 50 has a predecessor 20 and has a successor 70. So I can click on the 70 as well as I can click on this. And that's it. We are done with that. Now we can go for the 60. 60 has a predecessor 30 and a successor 70 as a successor. Okay, press enter. Now 60 is the predecessor of 70. And 70 is the successor of. Now we can go back to 70 now. 70 is this one. This is prototype assembly. Now from 70 has, if you see here, 70 has a predecessor, 40, 50, 60. 40, 50, 60. Where is the 45? Let's go back to the 45. Huh? You see, we missed that part. So 45 is this one. So 45 has a predecessor of 10 and has a successor 70. Okay, there you go. And if I press enter, now you can see that prototype assembly is the part of that. Now let's go to the 70 prototype assembly. So 70 has, like, these are the predecessor. Sorry, these are the 40, 45, 40, 45, 60, and 40. Sorry, 40, 45, 60, 50, and 60. Okay, now this one also has successors. Which one is the successor? 80 is the successor. I can say this is the successor. I can go down, and then after 80, I have 90 as a successor. After 90, I have 100 as a successor. 100 as a successor. After 100, 110 has a successor. 110 is the successor of 70. Okay, I press enter. There you go. Now I can go to 80. Where is 80? This is 80. 80 has a predecessor of 70, that is fine, and has a successor of 120. So I can say 120 and press enter. I can go to 90 now. Here's a 90, has a 90. And I can say predecessor is 70 and the successor is 120. Okay. And I can click on this one. Press enter. We are done with that. Now we can go back to 100. This is the 100. 100 has a predecessor, which is not clicked here, 70, and the successor is 120. 120, press enter. Now we can go to the 110, has a predecessor of 70, and the successor is 120. And I can click on this button as a successor, press enter. Okay. Now we are done with that. Now if I go for the 120, you can see that I have so many predecessors, 80, 90, 100, 110, but it does have the successor as well. So 130 is the successor, so I have to click on that, press enter, and after 130, I have 135 as a successor of 120, and I can click. That's it. Now I can go to 130. If I go to 130, I can see that 120 is the predecessor and 140 is the successor. That's it. And if I go for the 135, where is 135? There you go, 135. 135 has a predecessor of 120 and the successor is 140. And there you go. Press enter. Now I made all the relationship based on this chart. And if I press enter, I already press enter, and we are done with that. Okay, so do not forget to select SC as successors, this one, if these activities are the successor activities. That's it. We are done with that. Press enter, and we will click on the save. So we are done with that. So our relationships are complete now. And that's it. We'll go for the step number 5, inshallah.